Hey everyone, this is my 4 months on testosterone video. It doesn't feel like it's been 4 months, but at the same time it does because I lose track of which month I'm on. So I guess it's getting up there enough for me to forget. Uh, as far as changes that I've noticed, I'd say not that much the last month or so. So I was hoping that my sideburns would start coming in more so than they are, but actually no new hair has come in. Uh, the hair that's there has just been growing longer, which is funny because I just have like three long hairs for sideburns and then that's it. So it looks ridiculous. I keep thinking about shaving it off because it is just so ridiculous. But I'm gonna leave it there for now because it's better than nothing. Um, I've been getting hair on my thighs, and my happy trail's been getting a bit hairier, but it's nothing extraordinary. And then I think about my brother, and he wasn't the hairiest guy in the world. He was actually not that hairy at all. So maybe it'll just take a while for any hair to start showing up, and it won't even be uh, mountain man hair. It'll be there's hair there, but not noticeable amounts. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Not much hair. I guess my voice is still dropping, but not as much as I wish it were dropping. Although it's been doing some weird things whenever I try and sing or mock people. It goes from down here and then it just jumps way up here in the falsetto, which is interesting. Sometimes I feel like it just sounds ridiculous to myself, probably to others. It hasn't been cracking, but it has been jumping up really weirdly whenever I try and sing or make fun of people. So there's that. Um, as far as my moods, I think that I've been more mellow on 200 milligrams of testosterone than I was actually on 100. So I talked to one trans guy and he said that he had more mood swings on the higher dosage, and then he went lower and then he felt fine. But for me, on the lower dose, so I take my shot every 2 weeks. Around that last week, a couple days before my next shot, I'd start feeling really angry for no particular reason until my next shot. But this week and the last weekend before my next shot was just fine. So I appreciate the increase in my dosage because it helped me versus him, where it had the opposite effect. But we both felt those effects right before our next shot, which was an interesting overlap there. And there's one other thing I wanted to talk about. Okay, I just remembered that last thing that I want to talk about. I want to talk about crying. So I went out karaokeing with Krista and some of her work friends, and the karaoke host was a very mean guy. So we all put in our names to sing songs, and everyone in my group got called up and they sang their song, no problems. And then he gets to me, and I've learned to spell my name out Valjean, like the Anglophone way, the English way. For John is John, but I make Valjean one word, so that they don't think I'm two people. So it was just one word, and I guess he sees the card and he asks for Val and John. And then I go up there and I'm trying to explain to him that I'm Valjean and that I'm just one person. When I go up to him, he really freaks out at me and he's like, get back, no one's allowed back here. So then I back up and across the table, I'm trying to lean over and explain to him how I'm Valjean and I'm just one person. And then he looks at me and he's like, right in my, he looks me right in my eyes and he says, um, you might be saying something, but I can't hear you. I know I can't hear you over all this noise. And he won't even let me try and get close enough to actually explain the situation to him. So he keeps calling for Val and John, and I don't really like responding to Val anymore. I just like Valjean. So it's like Val and John lost last call, and I raised my hand like it's me, even though I don't like the way you're pronouncing my name. And then he moves on to the next person. Then I get really angry that I'm trying to explain the situation to him, and he's just not listening to me. He just doesn't care. So then I'm so ready to leave at that point that I feel like I've been singled out of this entire group of people, uh, and I'm the one that gets screwed socially. It seems to never end. So I'm just ready to get out of there since I was hesitant to go there in the first place, because people constantly misgender me. So Krista went to talk to him, and so did one of her coworkers, explaining the guy just exactly what he did and how messed up it was. And then he puts me back at the top of the group so I can sing, and I'm still angry. And oh, I went to the bouncer guy and told him to I explained it to the bouncer guy, and I told the bouncer guy to explain it to the karaoke host. The bouncer guy wasn't quite sure about my gender either. He was like, "Yes, sir," and then later he was like, "Ma'am, sir, ma'am." Like he wasn't sure either. It's just a situation that I don't like to be in general. So I went up there to finally sing, and I get up there, and he hands me the mic, and he doesn't even apologize. He just says, "There are a lot of people that want to sing, and you look really pissed off. You better look less pissed off, or else I'm not gonna let you sing." So he just made a bad situation even worse. And I eventually sing my song. It was "Come Out and Play" by God Spring, so pretty much fit my mood at that point. Um, and then after I was done, I left with Krista because I don't want to be there anymore. I don't ever want to see that karaoke host again. I don't ever want to go back to that bar again. Normally, when I have a situation like that that happens at a particular location, I just don't go back to that location because there are places I can go that have treated me better in the past. I don't need to be reminded of feeling that way whenever I go out to have fun like anyone else. I don't go out seeking people misunderstanding me and not even listening to me, try and explain to them who I am. I shouldn't have to explain that kind of thing. So, yeah. So, I was supposed to be talking about my crying. That was the situation. It made me so angry that 4 months ago I probably would have held it together in public, but then I would have like immediately left and found bathroom or the car and then started crying that uh, people are jerks. But I just couldn't cry at all. I felt like I wanted to cry. I felt close to tears, but nothing would happen. So I had the exact same feelings. It's just I just couldn't physically cry. So I looked up if testosterone. Well, obviously testosterone is having an effect on my crying, but if this had been documented, and most of the things I found in the scientific blog were the social effects that general men are taught from a young age that it's not okay to cry, so eventually they learn not to or how to control it better. And I agree that that's an aspect of it, but literally testosterone has just made it harder for me to cry. But I still feel all the same feelings, and it doesn't frustrate me that I can't cry. I've heard some people express frustration that they can't let out their emotions with tears anymore, but I still felt everything, and talking about it helped. Uh, so I didn't feel I had to cry to relieve any of the stress. I was just very pissed off. Um, but it was good that Krista and her friends stuck up for me. And the karaoke house is being a horrible person, so that made me feel slightly better. And not going back there will help me feel infinitely better. So that's my 4 months on testosterone. I can't really cry anymore. My sparse facial hair is just growing longer, but no new facial hair. My voice is continuing to drop in awkward ways, but it's dropping. I just have to be patient. I'm not really expecting anything, at least for another year. Maybe slow changes, and I'll watch my year video and I'll say, "Wow, I've really changed over the last year." But so far, I haven't really noticed much. That's my 4 months. Thanks for watching. Bye.